Headquartered in Lansing, Triterra has been creating healthier communities throughout Michigan since 2008. Their expertise in brownfield development, environmental consulting, and natural resource management needs provides practical solutions for developers, property owners, and governmental entities. For responsive service tailored to your best interests, call the Triterra team at 517-702-0470 or visit triterra.us. Welcome to another installation of Conversations from Mackinac, the series from Michigan Reimagines podcast with Chris Buck. This special session is sponsored generously by Triterra and the Gillespie Group, and I am your host, Chris Buck, and I'm here now with the Mayor's Office, Neighborhood Economic Development Strategist, Kyle Bartell. Welcome to the show, Kyle.
Chris, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you work for the Mayor's Office, City of Detroit. Detroit's on fire, man. Things are going really, well from a national and international standpoint. It's been fun to see Detroit's resurgence over the last handful of years, starting with, the NFL draft and all kinds of things going on that are causing positive headlines, which is fantastic. So, as the neighborhood economic development strategist, talk a little bit about what your mission is. What exactly are you trying to do with your team?
Yeah, we're solving a huge problem when it comes to efficiency within the process of permitting, licensing, and entitlements.
Okay.
And we are really focused on the regulatory aspect of folks who are looking to get into development and also getting them through the process of obtaining their building permits, going through the certain hearings. We consult with them at a level where we're kind of an inside source for them to navigate the nuances of that process. So that's something that I think it's new and very unique and it's a very fulfilling problem that we're solving for folks.
So now, when you talk about neighborhood economic development, you're talking about developers trying to do housing?
We're talking about, me specifically, I focus on folks like small business corridors. So anyone who's doing like a neighborhood development project that is centered around like a commercial, like they're trying to open up a business, right?
Okay.
One thing about the folks that we often help out, sometimes they're guessing on what they have to do, right?
Yep.
We want to take the guesswork out and give you a strategy totally for free on how to navigate that process of like, hey, sometimes people think that I just got my building permit, I'm good. No, you got to get your certificate of occupancy or certificate of acceptance, all that stuff. So we come up with a strategy for them and they tailor their needs towards what they're trying to do.
And you must do some outreach ahead of time so people don't sign a lease or buy a building before they know what ribbons or what red tape might need to be cut before they can get occupancy.
Hey, I want to buy this bar, and hey, you know what? Let me go look into this for you. Let me go to let me go to property maintenance and let me get the correction orders before you purchase this building.
Right.
Let's see if they got anything that we need to look into before you make this very important decision that's going to cost you money. We also want to save you money through that process. So put that ownership on the put the responsibility on the right person.
So kind of the gap between your rent starting or your mortgage payment happening and the time you're actually building revenue. I've seen people buy a building or sign a lease and then realize it's like 18 months before they can actually turn the open sign on and actually generate revenue, which could be the death blow to a business where they fail before they even get a chance to open.
Right, yeah. And the thing is we are trying to extract the nuance in that experience of what we're also solving, because there's a lot of patterns in what we're seeing. And it's often like a lot of times, there are times when folks blame the city for things, when in actuality, there's some communication gaps with their contractors or the architect. And we want to keep everyone kind of on one level field as it relates to like solving the problem and getting them through the process.
Right.
And we're kind of like that anchor on the inside for them to not only get through this process, but open their doors and open it up faster so you can start generating that revenue, because they're putting their life savings into these projects.
Exactly, right. So, founded over 30 years ago, Gillespie Group is a full-service residential and commercial real estate firm based in Lansing, Michigan. With an eye to the future, Gillespie Group is fueled by strategic development with a passion to find creative solutions for real estate development needs. Known for the ability to visualize new energetic spaces that breathe life into spaces and community, Gillespie continues to use its resources to initiate the transformation within the communities it works in. Learn more at gillespie-group.com. Now, I know the MEDC had a redevelopment ready communities program, and the mission behind that was to try to get municipalities to be really transparent on their websites.
Yes.
To say, if you need these things, plan on it. You can click the drop down or whatever. It's like, it'll take 4 to 6 months. You're going to need to have a permit application. And here's what the fee is going to be. And then there's a public hearing. And then, so here's the timeline. So it kind of hits people over the head, because there are a lot of people out there that are looking for these answers that maybe you never even engage with. But if they can discover the process on their own,
or call me.
Yeah, exactly right.
Like, sometimes I got to play tech support. Sometimes I'm willing to sit on my phone and walk you through finding, like, I'll send you direct links to what you need and applications that you should consider.
Right.
I will walk you through that process. I also will kind of I will do a consultation report for what you are looking to do and just give you an outline, right? This is like the white glove service that we provide to folks, right? And it's like they've never experienced it before. And the feedback that I've been getting from folks is outstanding, because they're just like, man, thank you so much. Like, I just saved, $1,500 not having to go through a special land use hearing, because we kind of fixed the floor plans of what your primary use is going to be versus accessory use.
Right.
It's these little nuances that we're discovering that people don't necessarily know, that we are like, your cafe can be within inside your retail spot. You just have to, this is how you have to articulate it.
Exactly.
And visualize it on your plan. So
they come with, this is what I want to build. And you're like, if you tweak this a little bit, you can get there fast. If you want this, here's the process and the fees involved and the time it's going to take. And it's like, you choose. But no, that makes a ton of sense. So how long has your department been around providing this service?
New. Okay. We're brand new.
Got it. Okay.
Right. And that's what's awesome about it. And it's like, we have kind of like this startup energy within our work. And we get to be very innovative in the process. So there's a lot of things that we're learning from the public. There are also a lot of things that we're improving internally. And marrying these together, we need both. And so this is a very unique position for us, because not only are we expediting the process for folks and making it easier, we are also refining our skill sets, knowing how we can leverage the technology that we're using to discover those patterns and those bottlenecks and fix them. But also, we know ahead of time when we see, like, oh, if someone's doing a certain type of development here in this this zoning ordinance or this zoning district, we can route them with, we got 5 plays that we know it'll help you get to the goal line. Right. And I'm glad I got this headset on, because I feel like we're in the press box, we're calling plays. You guys are on the field, right? Like, hey, run this play. This is the schema that you're going to have to face with this particular challenge, because you have to be up for the challenge. That is so important. When you're going into any development project, you have to be up for the challenge. Being prepared. We're here to coach you. We're in the press box. We're giving you some plays that's been successful. And there's ones that haven't been so successful. We know how to call an audible. We know how to reroute it. We know what we need to do if a situation arises. So that's kind of a way in which what's really unique about us is, like, we're learning as we're going, but it's also rooted in finding the best path forward towards any regulatory issue that you might have, and share that responsibility collectively.
Now, have you found any kind of common theme barriers where you've been inspired to see if you can get the planning commission or city council to revise an ordinance to say, this is unnecessary red tape? We keep getting asked this, we keep waiving it or going through a zoning board of appeals or whatever that might look like, and say, we just need to rewrite our sign ordinance, or we need to rewrite our our 1962 ordinance that maybe is a little outdated now.
And that's kind of the beauty of my team. We're the sum of all parts of folks who are, have that policy intelligence, who had years of experience working in a city. Our NED team is very unique in a sense of taking this information and also presenting it to our higher leadership on some of those policy changes. Having those conversations with some of our law department, right? Finding some of those amendments that need to be corrected and updated within our policy, that, hey, we're seeing a trend in residential zoning neighborhoods where people want more amenities, right? Let's make sure that what we do can satisfy that need. So it's very unique, like I said, and it's unbelievably fulfilling work. I'm so excited to be working with, my team, and it's it's a new role, and I think we're only going to get bigger as we continue to do this work.
And your job is to steward the people that kind of come knock on your door. You're not trying to attract new business per se, or maybe that's a different department of the city. You're not your role is more to receive people that are in the process.
Yes, I'm helping folks in the process, but also if they are interested in doing work in the city, right? Like, I'm going to be someone that, hey, if you have my number, I'm willing to help you. I'm your inside guy.
Right on.
Right? So that's what's unique about it. And we are focused on, the neighborhoods. And that's something that has been, it's slowly been one of those things that has been inching towards getting better. But we can always go beyond what, our expectations are.
Right.
So aiming high and just, following through with our motto, what works. And, this administration is doing a great job of zoning in on that.
Yep.
And really creating a lane where people can really, truly be excel in that space.
Right on. Well, how can people learn more? How can they get in touch with your department or you personally to get this kind of help that you're offering?
Yeah, so I can happy to share my email. It's my name, kyle.bartell@detroitmi.gov. And feel free to shoot me an email. Happy to have a conversation, follow up with a phone call, and just honestly, let's just start from, I want to understand them. I want to understand what they're going through, right?
Awesome.
Let's have a conversation, see where it goes, and see how we can be a service, because we're ultimately here through the mayor's office to be a service to them.
Wonderful. Well, I appreciate you joining me here on Michigan Reimagined. We've been talking to Kyle Bartell, a development strategist for the mayor's office for the City of Detroit's Neighborhood and Economic Development team. Really appreciate you coming on board with me today.
Appreciate you, Chris.
Yep. And thanks for all our sponsors, Triterra and the Gillespie Group, and tune in for another session of Michigan Reimagined coming soon.